video for? Okay, so what? They're going to be considered terrorists? Really? Because that's what they're considering saying Hamas is, right? Terrorists? Wait, let's go back here. So are they going to say that the American military does not have the right to defend itself against foreign invaders, aliens, sleeping cells, right? From South America and other places, right? They don't have the right to defend themselves, or it would be considered terrorists, right? Okay. So the victim does not have the right to defend itself against the perpetrator, right? As was done during what? The enslavement of Hebrew Israelites. They got to look down. They can't look the fascist Nazi in the eye, right? The inferior aristocrat in the eye. The inferior Westerner aristocrat in the eye. They can't do that. They got to change directions when they walking on the sidewalk. They got to get off the sidewalk. They got to always, excuse me, they got to always yield their humanity to the aristocratic, or the aristocrat, the Western aristocrat. They got to yield their humanity because of his inferiority Oedipus complex, right? And he can't respond, right? Not even by clearing his throat or disagreeing, right? Now, and that's basically what America is saying with this new bill, right? You can't speak up against Nazis, right? Even though America went to war against them in World War II, right? You can't go against them, right? Because it'd be anti-Semitic, right? Okay. So protect the Nazis, right? Like they protect, well, we won't go there, but anyway, so now, so the Hamas is seen as what? Terrorists in their own land because they defended themselves, right? Okay. Now, but mass incarceration isn't anti-Semitic, right? It's not anti-Semitic. Putting drugs in their community is not anti-Semitic, right? Social economically disenfranchising them is not It's not anti-Semitic. Not paying them reparation isn't anti-Semitic, right? Trying to steal their ancestral legacy, heritage, is not anti-Semitic, right? Okay. Anyway. Okay. So now, okay. So none of that is anti-Semitic. Only what other people do to respond to Zionism is anti-Semitic. Okay? Now, so only when you know who you are will their persecution stop, because you wake up and the nightmare ends. Remember, it's when the person falls asleep. The person falls asleep in this side of the world there's two sides of consciousness. Well, consciousness is fragmented between wake and sleep, right? When you sleep is when you wake up. When you wake up is really when you sleep, right? Okay, so now, so when one is supposedly asleep during the nighttime, right? They have the nightmares, right? They can have good visions or not good visions, right? So in this realm, right, the physical realm, physical manifestation of consciousness, right, is the nightmare of Nazism, right? So-called aristocratic white supremacy, right? Aristocratic white supremacy. That's what it is. Aristocratic white supremacy. Aristocratic Western white supremacy over the supremacy, cultural and spiritual, physical supremacy of the East. And East also has all the resources, all the animals, all the diamonds, everything that Allah has given, the good that humanity, the knowledge, spirituality, everything has been given to the East. Right? So, of course they're jealous and hateful, those aristocratic those Western aristocratic white supremacists, right? They hate that. Homosexual as well, right? Right? So it's like they hate every time they see someone from the East, it reminds them of their inferiority to them, right? Okay, so that's the nightmare. That's the nightmare that Hebrew Israelites or people of the East face, right? All the wars, all the attacks, all the stealing of their wealth, the colonization, and the genocide of their people, and all this kind of stuff. That's the nightmare. But once the people wake up and recognize who they are spiritually, the nightmare ends. And when you address them and let them know to their face, I am of the East. I am a Hebrew Israelite to whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given his barakah, and barakah is his favor, whom Allah has bestowed his barakah upon. All praises be to Allah. Allahu Akbar. They even try to take away the word Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar means praise be to Allah. So if I were to say, Inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I pray to Allah that Donald Trump, PGDP, DJT is elected 2024. And then I say Allahu Akbar. That means praise be to Allah. I pray with great spiritual hope that he's elected. Because at least we won't, humanity won't. The world won't end. Only Allah knows how he's going to engage with this, Palestinian attack on the Palestine, right? Because we all know he's pro-Zionist, right? And he did establish the Abraham Accords. So I say, at least with PDJT, humanity lives to fight another day. And if he's in office, I don't know how I'm going. If we resume our he didn't attack me, but alhamdulillah. But I don't know if I will resume my verbal, discontent with his political actions. But I do know this, mashallah. I do know this beyond a shadow of a doubt. He was the best president ever for America. He was the best president ever for the world. And I'm not saying that because, I'm not saying that as some type of fan or fanatic. No, there's legitimate credibility in the things that he's done. Well, there are legitimate things that lend him credibility for me saying that. He truly was the best president ever. Of this time for the world. And again, he's a great, look at old Bidener's kids. What type of family man he is. PDJT loves this country. His children live in this country. His businesses are constructed in this country. He doesn't want to lose his family or his business. He is persecuted because he's good for this country, America, the republic, new republic. And I do believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants PDJT to be the next president of America, to aid in saving the world. Now, again, I don't know if how I'm going to feel about some of his policies in the future. But if he, says implements policies that I disagree with, I will speak on that. As I had in the past, until I, saw how good he was for the world in regards when he helped save the world from the mandates and the COVID and all this bullshit and tried to save the economy. And, he praise be to Allah. I would say Allahu Akbar, alhamdulillah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's a great president. But anyway, he's a great father. And if he treats his country, as I said before, the way he treats his kids, this country will be a beautiful place. I give him that. And they need to stop persecuting him. He is an innocent man. You know? In many respects. Anyway, so now when a person wakes up to the nightmare ends. Wake up to who you are, Hebrew Israelites. It may be hard to realize I'm the Hebrew Israelite, as I had to deal with being, the Queen of Queens, Phenix, Ramadan, Masri al Dunya, Ramadan, Revelation 12, and who my mother is and my father is and all. I had to wake up to that too. You have to go to your higher consciousness. See the way Allah sees you. Not the way people not the way the people see you, not the way you see yourself. You have to see the way heaven sees you, and you are divine. You are beautiful. You are powerful. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So wake up to your consciousness. Stand up to the Zionists and say, no, it's my legacy you're trying to steal. It's my ancestral heritage you are trying to steal. You are not the Hebrew Israelites. To whom Jacob, Yaqub, grandson of Prophet Abraham, was ascribed as Israel. And Israel representing who? Israel representing Aries, right? Representing Aries. Okay. Which is another story that I could tell, but I'm not going to go there, right? Okay, but it also goes back to Isaac, right? Isaac being the whom Yaqub or Jacob is related to, the son of. Jacob is the son of Isaac. Isaac is the son of Prophet Abraham, and Prophet Ishmael is also the son of Abraham, the older brother, and Isaac is the younger brother. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said he'd make Ishmael a great nation too, and Ishmael is a great nation of Muslims, believers, just like the descendants of Isaac. And together they are the seed of Prophet Abraham, to whom the Holy Land of Al-Qibulan's Holy Land of Palestine, nation of Palestine, together, the Hebrew Israelites, descendants of Isaac, and the Muslims, descendants of Ishmael, are to aid in governing the world, right, through the Christ consciousness, to whom Prophet Isa, that is the descendant of both, basically descendant of Ishmael and Isaac, because he's a descendant of the prophets, right? Okay. Now, or Solomon and Dawood, the one they call David. Okay, so wake up in the nightmare ends, claim your divinity or your position, right? Be proud of yourselves, embrace yourselves. And another thing too, that's why they keep, Hebrew Israelites doing all these, negative things, so nobody would follow them, right? So keep them looking like they do drugs. Keep them look like they are to be mass incarcerated. Keep them uneducated. Keep them in ghettos. Keep them broken homes. Keep them in, what else is that? Keep them mass incarcerated, and keep them in broken homes. Keep them in ghettos. Keep them as deadbeat dads. Keep them unemployed. Keep them impoverished, so nobody want to be like them, right? Keep them uneducated, so nobody follow them, right? And keep them disconnected from the East, right? Their ancestral heritage. Okay. So now, when they say they are Jews, they are not. They are of the synagogue of Satan, those Western aristocratic Nazi Zionists, right? White supremacists. Those Western aristocratic white supremacist Zionist Nazis, right? They are the synagogue of Satan. Okay, as I said, now, thus the jinn-filled demonic red dragon, rat child, who is a Ukrainian Naziist, right? They worship, as I said, the phallic, and they are homosexuals, right? And they have the Oedipus complex, right? They are the aristocratic synagogue of Satan, the Western aristocratic synagogue of Satan. Now, and they want to take that position of the black man, right? Of the West, of Ra. Now, so the social constraints of ethnocentric Judaism is the Nazi, right? Social constraints of the ethnic uh, uh, egocentric, no, ethnocentric, wait, let me do it again. Okay, so the social constraints of the aristocratic um, uh, structure of Judaism is comparable to transgenderism. The mile stands for male impersonator, okay? And female stands for female impersonator, right? Transgender, male, and females, okay? Those are impersonators of the male and female, right? So the Nazi constraints, wait, the Nazi ethnocentric constraint of Judaism is comparable to transgenderism, the transgender male and transgender female, transgender male and transgender female. Okay, they are, and it is basically, you are who you think you are, right? You can be God if you think you're God. You can be a Jew if you think you're a Jew. You can be Israel if you think you're Israel. You can be whoever you think you are, right? You think it, therefore you are. They take that literal. Man thinketh, therefore he is, right? Okay. Doesn't apply to everything, right? Now, so if they think they're Jews, they're Jews. If they think they're God, they're God. It doesn't matter if they're truly Zionist Nazis, right? And that's why they occupy the Holy Land, the you know, the Holy Land, that's why they occupy the Holy Land, right, of Palestine, right, and try to displace the nation, the Afro-Kemetic nation of Palestine as well. Now, let me make sure. Okay, so we're going to go to video 5.